Okay, we got it. We're all sorted out.
We're all
Welcome back
sorted out
to another riveting episode of the Ben and Emil Show, episode 59. Boy, we got a real doozy. We're talking. What are you doing? What are you doing already? If you're this is exactly what I need today, actually. So that's really good.
Why is it what you
Be
need?
flirty and catty all you want. I really want it. I'm serious.
You want to be flirty with?
Yes, I want you to do.
Is that why you wore your little sexy shirt?
Listen. I've been getting a lot of feedback, positive feedback about
on the shirts.
And
I didn't know we were doing cool shirts. I would have worn a cool shirt.
Here's the story. I bought this and all my other cool shirts in like 2019
at the cool shirt store.
At a cool shirt store, now out of business. And they
out of business.
I know, I'm joking, but they've just been sitting in my closet. I never wear them.
Why?
Because I don't have any. I'm just comfortable in t-shirts. And I don't know. I just was
the problem is though, they're a few seasons ago, and as we were walking in here, I heard two guys walking by, and they go, "Oh, is that guy wearing 2019's collection?"
Thank God I'm not in that realm of the fashion world of
and you wore
seasons.
The purple shirt to Dan's birthday party. And
the purple shirt?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, the purple
and
t-shirt.
I said, hey,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
wearing your famous shirt.
Yeah,
and
my
you
purple
said,
t-shirt.
The Banks Journal.
Yeah. Anyway, everybody just be nice to me this week.
Are you all right?
Yeah, well, do I not seem all right?
Literally, no.
Wow, okay.
I'm walking downtown with Benny on me. Tell me what's going on. Tell me what's going on. So listen up to Benny on me. Tell me what's going on. Tell me what's going on.
We can get into that.
Exasperatedly said, "Everyone be nice to me this week," and then you went, "Do I not seem okay?"
Anyway, we're talking about the Olympics and all the insane people who think that everything is some kind of, I don't know.
Also,
Illuminati.
you guys heard it up top. Ben said I could be as catty and flirty as I want.
Oh, yeah, be so catty and flirty.
Fine.
We're also talking about the markets, the stock market, and artificial intelligence and earnings and stuff, because this week is a big week. But before we do that, what do you say we hit the comment of the week?
Oh, yeah. We gotta. I can't
man.
forget about my special boys and girls. And
I wanted to give a special shout out to amdonut8091 on YouTube, because they said, "I am glad to watch the podcast. My thirst for life has been at a 0 today."
I'm glad we can up your thirst for life. Get it to a 1, maybe.
Get it to a respectable 1. I think it's on the scale of 0 to 1. You're either not thirsty or you are thirsty. Have
it's a
Sprite.
binary.
But then for realsies, this person, Amy is Heartbreak, said, "Bro and Evil deserve a huge audience. Genuinely. Love you, boys."
Which one am I?
I think you're evil.
Mm.
Let's do a third one. Why not? This one is from I Am...
This one was my favorite one. This one was my...
Yeah.
This one actually made me bust up laugh. I think I responded to it, maybe.
You did?
I don't know.
I Am Lana said, "Ben looks more and more like my mom every episode." So I hope your mom...
The shirt is kind of giving 90s mom.
Yeah.
90s mom.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's... Someone also said something about my
But
hair.
you're also... Every week for the past few weeks has been like, Ben is doing something to me. Like, he's stirring something.
They're just being nice, man.
No, I don't think they are.
They're just being nice.
The highlights and a little bit of sun and cool shirts has awakened something.
Highlights, a little bit of sun, and cool shirts has awakened something. Oh, babu. Well,
Comment if highlights, a little bit of sun, and cool shirts has awakened something in you.
I have been going on for the last 24 hours. I've gone on a couple walks in my neighborhood, which has been nice. And then I helped. There was this old couple, disassembling a stove on the side of the road. And as I walked past, the old man had no teeth, and he said, "Hey, happy Halloween." I said, "Hey, happy Halloween." And he goes, Can you help me get this up on they had a cart." And I said, "Yeah, sure." And his wife gave me her gloves, and they were all sweaty inside.
Oh,
And me and the guy hoisted it up, And he said, "You're so strong. You're so strong." And I was like, "Yeah, yeah." And I put that up there and I said, "Thank you very much." And he wished me a happy Halloween again, and I was on my way. I think they're like scroungers, scavengers.
Scroungers. No, they're scroungers.
Like they're going to use it for parts.
They're scrounging for stuff.
They're scrounging for, yeah.
They're selling Halloween candy at the grocery store already.
Really?
Yeah, so they're on to something.
That's how you know summer's over.
Candy corn, man.
We missed it. It passed us by.
Someone said only like 11 more Fridays until fall. Which is nice.
You like that?
Yeah.
I want summer
I like
forever.
everything. I like every season.
Oh wow. Okay.
Give me. You live in Los Angeles, bub. It's summer year round. Truly here. Come on. It's just a
not.
little. It's a little darker.
We
summer
can't.
in the-
I
in
can't
the
argue
winter.
with you. Right
Okay,
now.
let's
I'll
get.
argue with you in the bonus episode if you want. I'm not gonna get baited by a guy in a cool shirt.
You're not gonna get baited.
What's that mean?
I'm jerking off a like really tall guy with an upward facing penis.
Why is that baited?
Masturbated. All right, let's get into the
The
thing.
cool shirts are going to his head.
So I have here in my notes, morons believe there's a global conspiracy to mock Christianity. If you've been living under a rock, go ahead and say hi to those bugs. For I get tired of doing my own catchphrases, but the people.
That's a catchphrase for you.
Yeah,
I didn't,
it's absolutely.
I didn't know you considered it a catchphrase.
Yeah.
That's good
If
to
you
know.
live under a rock, say hi to the bugs under there. And also, here's what happened: the Olympics started last week, and the opening ceremony was interesting.
I think this is one that's not under the rocks. I think this is for people who are too online. Everyone involved is too online.
I agree. So it opened with. Let's see. Do I even have it here? Do I have the effing thing? Okay. No. Well, I just have that end thing.
I think it looked cool and fun.
I think it looked cool and fun too.
And celebrating Greek culture.
It was celebrating Greek culture. It was also celebrating French culture since they are the hosts.
Yeah.
And the French are known for pageantry. They are known for escargot. They are known for
Two
Joan of
things.
Arc.
Pageantry, escargot, and Joan of Arc.
They're known for I feel like they're known for mocking and speaking truth to power, liberté and fraternité.
Come on, give me the three.
Oh,
You had two.
Liberté. Liberté.
Yep.
Liberté.
Gerard Depardieu.
What are they? What are they?
Liberté, égalité, fraternité.
Oh yeah, so fraternity. They're a frat country.
Mm-hmm.
They're a frat
Dude,
country.
I pledged in France. It was crazy.
I've applied, but they rejected me. They said you're not French enough.
Come back when you have a cooler shirt.
But it opened with a close-up shot of Marie Antoinette. It looked like she was holding her own head, and she went like, and then it zoomed out, and this death metal band started playing. Gojira, and which is how the Japanese say Godzilla. It's translated to Godzilla. Gojira. Anywho, and it was full of
Also, there was some hubbub about the
hubbub.
About the Marie Antoinette people and people being like, respect monarchy, and I'm like, what's going on out here?
I know. So known dipshit, this guy Ian Carroll, who continues to just be increasingly popular for conspiracy nut morons. He's even got crazy eyes. But so at the end of the thing, it looks like it's a recreation of the Last Supper, but it's not, as it turns out.
To be fair,
it looks like it.
and not only it's in some of the articles, it seemed they were saying that some of the Olympic planners were even a little bit confused as to what it was. But it wasn't a reference to that. Also, even if it was, who gives a shit?
It's one of the most parodied.
That's the thing.
There's
Even if it was the Last Supper, shut up.
Yeah, I've seen ones where it's fucking Donald Trump. It's like, if it's blasphemy to mock it and ridicule. These same people, by the way, give Islam a hard time for like, oh, you can't even draw the Prophet Muhammad.
Are people giving Islam a hard time?
They've been known to.
That's fucked.
They've been known to, especially with, you can't even draw the Prophet Muhammad. Oh, and then they freak out. It's like, you're doing exactly that, you fucking hypocrite.
Je suis Charlie.
Yes. Oh, yeah, well. But so this guy said, I try so hard every day not to believe there is a giant global plot to destroy and mock Christianity. He tries hard every day?
I also
to believe
can't
that?
tell. Do you know that guy? Have you? You
I've
must have seen his Tic Tacs.
Tic Tacs, yeah.
Fuck,
No, I've never seen his Tic Tacs.
Shit.
But what flavor?
But he's like all over the map
Oh, yeah.
conspiracy wise. So I genuinely don't. I can't tell if he's like.
But so then he says, but it just gets harder and harder because there obviously is. I wonder who could be behind such a thing. And then he does this emoji.
It's
He's
funny
talking
when
about Jews. He's talking about the Jews.
Oh, because I
think.
genuinely was like, I don't know. I feel like he's doing a rhetorical.
That's just my
thing,
assumption.
But I'm like, who is it?
But you and then I mean he's quote tweeting this guy Vincent whoever. He says the opening ceremony of the Olympics mocked Jesus by recreating the Last Supper with drag queens.
But he opens the tweet with French flags used as alerts, basically,
Yeah,
and
an
says, "An
abomination."
abomination."
With drag queens, a gay Smurf, and a few children.
How do we know the
sprinkled in
Smurf is gay?
there. Just for fun. Clearly overt pagan satanic symbolism, and they call us conspiracy theorists. No, I'm not going to call you a conspiracy theorist. I'm going to call you a dipshit. These people truly have the worldview of a scared 8-year-old.
You know who my favorite one was?
Who?
Did you see Rob Schneider?
No, I didn't. What did he say?
He tweeted just, sorry to everyone at the Olympics, but I'm going to have to boycott this one due to the opening and its mocking of Christianity. And it's like,
Simone Biles gets word and she's like, no!
yeah. But it was really funny because obviously the New York Post picks it up and the headline's just like, Rob Schneider's boycotting the Olympics. And it's like, I didn't know he was competing. I didn't know this man was up for anything.
Also,
Meanwhile, this is a guy who's been in drag
So
many
many
times.
Yeah, so many times.
The
Hot Chick.
Rob Schneider vehicle, Hot Chick.
Yeah.
I think on SNL he was in drag.
Yeah.
He showed up on talk shows in drag.
But so as it turns out, and then there was the let's see, well, first of all, it was not making fun of the Last Supper. It was Dionysus.
Mm-hmm.
It was based on like a Dutch painting of the Olympic gods. And that's all it was. It just happens to kind of look like and resemble here's a photo of it. It happens to, I mean, that guy he is a Smurf. It's really weird. He's got the beard. But there is a guy over here with his balls hanging out.
I think it's all kind of sick.
I think so too. I think it's great. It's pageantry. It's
French.
It's fucking French, man. Just
you know what else?
relax.
You know it smell crazy in there.
Yo, you know it. Oh, you brother, amen. It smelled absolutely bananas in there. Hey guys, we want to take a quick break. We're talking about Aura. It's a company we're working with. So I don't know about you guys, but my phone is just overwhelmed with spam calls and text messages. It seems like just about every day I'm getting these dang things, and I don't know what to do about it.
And if you're wondering why that's happening to
why?
you, it's because big companies, they get all of our data and they have no way to actually keep it safe.
That's right.
And one of these, it just happened to me. And I
Ticketmaster.
honestly didn't even know why it was happening, but my email, I kept getting alerts from Gmail saying, someone successfully logged into your account. Is that correct?
Terrifying.
It was awful. I've changed my password so many times by now. And then I finally get a little letter from Ticketmaster. Apparently, all 560 million users, their stuff was hacked and their data just put up for sale.
Yeah,
and I guess
it's got
I was one of them.
Full names, addresses, email addresses, phone numbers, credit card data. So at best, it's going to lead to more spam, and at worst, it's going to lead to fraud. And what is Ticketmaster doing about it? Nothing. They said that they didn't think that the hack would have a material impact on their overall business. They don't give a hoot about you
So
and
all
your
I got,
data.
all I got was a little letter being like, "Sorry about that." So
Yeah.
all these businesses, they happily collect our data, but do nothing to protect it. That's why I've been using Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura alerts me when my data has been part of a data breach or leaked on the dark web. It gives me fast fraud alerts if anyone tries to use the data to access my credit or bank accounts, and it removes my information from data broker website so I get less spam.
Yeah. So don't leave yourself and your family vulnerable to data breaches. And if you really don't want to either, you can go to aura.com. That's aura.com/Baes, BAES, and try your first 2 weeks for free. Check the link in the description. And then there was this horseman. They had this this horse. It looks really cool. It's like this white metal horse delivering, I think, the torch with like a white horse person, and it has a hood over it. It's meant to be Joan of Arc, but these absolute morons again. Paris Olympics features cloaked figure riding a pale horse, appearing to evoke Revelation 6:8 in the Bible and the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. In Revelation, the 4th horseman rides a pale horse, and is identified as death. And
I think you're falling for bots. This is not a real guy.
I know these are real people, but it's like I said, yeah, they've got the worldview of a child who truly thinks that it's like, this is evil. Is this real? Oh yeah, here's the beginning with Je vais toi.
Ça ira, ça ira, ça ira. Les aristocrates, ça la lanterne. Ça ira, ça ira, ça ira. Les aristocrates, on les pendra.
I mean
that's sick.
It's fucking insane. I love it. It's wild. Yeah.
You know what her last words were?
Let them have the cake.
No.
The cake is good. I just wanted to give them cake.
She apologized for stepping on the guy's. She was going to step in to get her head chopped off, and she said, "Sorry, sir, I didn't mean to do it."
Oh, that's very sweet. Well, so yeah, this person said, using this, the Marie Antoinette opening, "Dear normies, you're probably sat at home watching the French Olympics thinking, what the actual fuck is this? Well, it's just another conspiracy playing out in front of your very eyes. The one where we tell you the world is run by satanic globalists who control everything. These people do, bless you, these people do very strange, sick things and openly worship Satan or a brand of, they love showing this fact off. Do you see it yet? They're not even hiding it.
You're a baby if you're scared of the devil.
You are a baby if you're scared of the devil. Also, just got to point out I think it was Aristotle who
Whoa, he's bringing up Aristotle right now. Where is he going with this?
Aristotle.
My guy gets one cool shirt and he's like, let me tell you guys something about Aristotle.
I think it was Aristotle that said, if God is all powerful and all knowing and benevolent and stuff, then he should be able to destroy the devil. Just like destroy him. Be like, all right, yeah, no, you're blinked out of existence. There's just a
That's just something you picked up from Aristotle?
That's just a lot. That's just something I picked up. It's just.
Did you see that clip of
that clip of what?
Ricky Gervais telling a Holocaust joke to Jerry Seinfeld resurfaced?
Oh yeah, what does Jerry Seinfeld do?
Nothing. I can't tell if Jerry Seinfeld is just humoring him, but they truly act as if they're like, I mean, it's so on so many levels, right? The joke is literally.
What's the joke? I've heard them all.
It's not dark or anything really.
Sure.
It's that a Holocaust survivor goes to heaven and he tells God a Holocaust joke, and God says, I don't get it, and the Holocaust survivor says, well, I guess you had to be there.
Ooh. It speaks to God being impartial or some shit.
Right, like. If God was there, why didn't he do anything? And
yeah.
It's like,
it's Ricky Gervais trying to point out that God doesn't
and
exist.
It's just like, God, look at these two morons. I hope their car crashes on two.
I hope their 56 Porsche
right.
Crashes.
Two morons getting coffee.
And then they're doing the whole. I mean, folks, this has been around since the early 2000s. The whole supposition that these are all lizard people, and
this one I'm on board.
They fuck up because like they sometimes accidentally like their lizard eye shows for a second, and they've got the astronaut
which
guy.
Is undeniable.
Yeah, true.
I mean, it's right there.
So yeah, they've got this. It's what's his name? Mark Scott astronaut. What's his name?
Mark Scott astronaut.
They've got this side profile of him, and he just looks like a guy. That's it. He just looks like a guy. LeBron James too. There's clearly like artifact, like digital artifacting because of a bad signal in his eye and his whole face.
Wow, you'll
just
really explain away anything.
These people just.
Did you see the Ash? We should put a little ticker up for the astronauts who were supposed to go away for 8 days to the ISS.
Yeah,
they're still in space.
They're still in space. They look miserable.
It's been 55 days.
Their hair is all anti-gravity, and they're just like, I'm tired of pooping in a bag.
Running out of stuff to talk about.
Yeah. So what else? What else? Man, quit crying. You're in space. There's worse places to be. And then finally, there was a surfer who wiped out, and his ass. I think he's duck diving.
This doesn't have anything to do with the ceremony.
No, it doesn't. But that is probably a conspiracy. They're trying to like make your kids gay by showing them an ass. Yeah, check that out, dude. They're even doing it in the. Oh wow, this is the actual clip. Here, let's see it. Yeah, he goes to duck dive, and his ass is out. That's great. I mean, I love to see
You
that.
like seeing a little butt.
That actually reminds me, the Winter Olympics, like 6 years ago or something, there was a snowboarder, and before it even happened, I pointed it out. These snowboarders were wearing their pants super low. They're like sagging their pants.
Not
and I'm
cool.
sitting there going, doesn't that impede your ability to like spin around and do cool tricks? Sure enough. This one snowboarder, his pants fall too low, and it causes him to fall and wipe out and stuff. And he totally he beefed it hard.
That's how I felt about. I'm never gonna remember his name, but he's probably one of the best skateboarders right now, and he wears athletic clothes. And every time I see skateboarders in the jeans with like a shoelace tied through the belt loops or whatever, I'm like, why would you not wear? If you're actually competing, wear shorts.
Yeah, wear
I mean,
good
it would
clothes.
make it so much easier.
Yeah. There's just it's just these conspiracy guys, they really do have applesauce brains, and they really do. I can't imagine walking around being like, God, that's the devil right there. The devil.
I don't think it's an actual real thing though. I think it's because of Twitter. You're reading.
So you don't think that these people believe it, or you think that
They
these
probably
are,
believe it, and so now they have like a weird corner of the internet where they can do this, and it shows
Yeah.
up on some homepages, and you see everyone go like, "Isn't this so weird?" And you're like, "Wow, everyone is talking about this."
Yeah, true.
But no one is actually talking about it. I
That's
don't think.
true. Yeah, nobody is. Fuck.
I mean, maybe they are. It just doesn't seem like a. Every time you log on to that website, you have the possibility of truly encountering the dumbest people on the planet.
Yeah, and I do.
And because it's posted, and sometimes other dumb people come around on this other tweet and like it, everyone's going like, "Oh, this must be how."
Every other 8-year-old thinks. All
Right.
the other 8-year-olds are out there realizing that this is the devil.
And I think we're giving too much.
Yeah. I just got to say, though, for the record, I mean, you would think these people would stop and go, if the devil was really trying to do something, wouldn't it? What are they doing? They're like, hey, the apocalypse is coming. Let's make sure everybody knows, because we're just going to like insert some subtle, not so subtle stuff into this opening ceremony just to fuck with you. It's like, you guys have been saying this for decades. When's it going to happen? Huh?
Now, here's the thing,
You
because
stupid penis.
everyone with God says God works in mysterious ways, but why can't the devil work in mysterious ways?
That's true.
Why can't he do a weird Last Supper thing
That's
at the
a good point.
opening ceremony?
Yeah.
Okay?
And
So
blaspheme.
maybe you should take your shit back and
Yeah.
let the devil do mysterious shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Because maybe my kids are now gay for blue guys.
If the and if God does work in mysterious ways, that makes him a little bit bitchy.
I know. Stop being so weird about it and just do a good thing.
Yeah, just be.
It's like, can you cure grandma's cancer? It's like, I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe her dying is supposed to happen. I'm not going to tell you though. Just like maybe it's a test of your faith. I don't know. Just God damn. Anyway, fucking God. Whew. All right, stinky winky. PU. I'm just gonna. Can I give a PU to all that?
No.
PU. Stinky. Where does PU come from?
It means,
Phew. PU. He's googling where does PU come from? Why do we
it's
say
just the way I'm saying, pure.
Pugh. Man, thank God we don't live in the outhouse days. Huh? There he goes. There he goes.
I mean,
The next time though you wake up in the middle of the night and you got to use the bathroom, just take a moment and be grateful that you don't have to walk out to an outhouse and suffer with that. That would suck, man. I would just kill myself.
You would kill yourself.
If back then, yeah. If I
We
had,
got to get a time machine.
if I had IBD or something like that.
Oh,
jeez.
but he's
All right, folks, we're taking another quick break. We're talking about ZBIOTIcs. You know, we all like to go out. We like to have a good time. We like to kick
We
a
like
few
to
back.
party.
We like to party.
Okay.
All right. But sometimes that leads to not feeling so good the next day, which brings us to
The game-changing product, all right? What we're
ZBIOTIcs.
using the night before we go out,
ZBIOTIcs.
ZBIOTIcs.
Here's how it
baby.
works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into this toxic byproduct in the gut. It's this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for your rough next day. So this pre-alcohol produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. So all you got to do is remember to make ZBIOTIcs your first drink of the night. Drink responsibly, and you'll feel your best tomorrow. I know every time I use these pre-alcohol things before I drink, I notice a difference the next day. Even after a night out, I can confidently plan on being able to go for a climb, a surf, whatever, without any kind of worry.
Oh, I've been out with this guy, and I've been like, Ben, slow down. Don't you have a surf tomorrow?
I got
He's
that
like,
ZBIOTIC
I
in me.
ZBIOTIcs,
Yeah.
my man.
So, you know, you got vacations, weddings, birthdays, reunions, all sorts of celebratory events in your life. There's so much going on. What you want to do is get the most out of your summer plans by stocking up on pre-alcohol now. Go to zbiotics.com/Baze to get 15% off your first order when you use Baze at checkout. Pre-alcohol is backed with a 100% money-back guarantee, so if you're unsatisfied for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked.
Remember to head to zbiotics.com/Baze and use the code Baze at checkout for 15% off. Thank you, ZBIOTIcs, for sponsoring this episode and our good time.
Yeah, baby. I'm also getting some time travel conspiracy stuff going on, and I did see an interesting one the other day. But
I feel like I need to just like adjust your algorithm or something.
yeah, I really wish that they would. I really wish the devil would and stop working in such mysterious ways. If you want me to worship you, just tell me, dude.
Because that is it's shaping what you think is happening in the world. Mine is all just mine's just full of Glenn Powell fan cams, and I'm like, this is what people are talking about.
Yeah, Glenn Powell fan
No one
cams.
even cares about the Olympics.
And that's not. I mean, there's also just the other less overt conspiracies that like Elon Musk keeps pushing, which we will get to. So, anywhoomst, let's switch
Speaking
gears.
of the conspiracies and Elon Musk, did you see? So, I don't want to bring her up either. But Hawk to a girl has joined Twitter.
You mean X?
Yeah,
Happy to be on X.
Yeah, did you see it?
Yeah.
She's like, I'm like, is this all an op? Am I fucking going crazy?
Yeah.
I don't
know, man.
She's like trying out new features on X. So
it's a great time to be alive, and simultaneously just the worst time to be alive. The 90s were the best time to be alive.
I think it's a great time to be alive. We're right here. We get to see the end.
That's
It's gonna
good.
be fun.
We get to see the end.
Yeah,
oh,
it's
okay. I
nice.
thought it was more optimistic.
It's if you died in like 1999, you're like, I feel like I was so close to
Or
finishing how
2001.
it's gonna. Sure. It's the.
Well, at least you got to
marginal
see the
difference.
millennium, but yeah. Okay, so last week was kind of a big deal. The market dropped more than 2% for the first time in like over a year, and Trader Treehouse was on it. Shout out to everybody there. We
And
Kinda
Traitor
did.
Treehouse
and the
was
Trader Treehouse.
literally
The
on
other
it.
one. So what's going on? Wall Street is growing increasingly skeptical. Finally, I mean, Jesus, you would think that it would have caught on by now, but they're growing skeptical that all this spending on AI, these billions.
Truly, that's the thing
billions
for
of
all
dollars-
these like fucking analysts and dickheads over there. They got everyone else can see a bubble coming a mile away, but they're like, no, this is full steam ahead. We're the most optimist guys in the world.
Yeah. So they're growing skeptical that all this spending on AI isn't going to pay off anytime soon or in a meaningful way. We got earnings this week. It's going to be man, because the markets are hanging right on the cusp of a bigger pullback. So Google reported last week. We'll get to that in a sec. But Microsoft, Apple, and Meta are all reporting this week. Everybody's super nervous because they've been like the bulk. 80% of the market's gains in the last year have been Microsoft, Apple, Meta, Google, NVIDIA, including and especially. And yeah, Meta recently just said that basically their AI is going to be like free free to use. And I don't know if y'all remember, but the last quarterly report, Mark Zuckerberg said, and it caused the stock to drop precipitously. Mark Zuckerberg said, "Yeah, we're okay, I guess I'm just going to do that voice. Yeah, we're spending all this money, and it might be a long time until we see a return on that." And the market's freaked out because that means that their margins are going to do worse. And when, if ever, are they going to see a payoff? And for them to now say, "Oh, it's just going to be mostly free anyway," it's like, okay, well, so you're just pissing away billions of dollars for what? The betterment of humanity? This is
I
a
genuinely don't
publicly traded
understand.
company.
I don't know if it's the same thing with just turn ads on again.
Yeah,
I mean,
probably. That's what my guess would be.
but it just feels like they're chasing their tail. I mean, that's been their MO for everything, right? Get everyone on Instagram, have it be a fun platform. I mean, they didn't own it at first. Everyone joined it when it was an independent app. And then all of a sudden, you got to make money somehow. You can't just have free app that people
You can't
get
just have free app.
You can't just have free app.
Yeah, no, you can't.
You got to get a return when you pay billions of dollars for something.
That's exactly right.
And now everyone fucking hates using it. It's just full of every fourth
thing is an ad.
or every fourth thing is one of the things you want to see. Everything else is an ad. It's just like,
yeah. Google last week really failed to impress. They had their super thin profit margins and they had higher costs related to training AI models. God, I am just all burpy today. And they there was Jim Covello that was referenced from that Goldman Sachs report that we talked about that said overbuilding things the world doesn't have use for or is not ready for typically ends badly. And that sounds like exactly what we're headed for. They are absolutely overbuilding, overpaying, overspending. Everybody's competing, thinking that this is the next big thing. And it's like, for what? For people to be able to make
it is kind
cool
of
pictures?
incredible, though, that they're all so scared of missing out that they're just burning money. Like it was Google who had the quote about, we're much more afraid of underspending than overspending.
Yeah, that was the CEO. He said that the risk of underinvesting is greater than the risk of overinvesting. Like, all right, cool. Dude.
Yeah, keep fucking burning piles of cash.
Keep doing that.
Every time Google turns on a new AI thing or integrates it somehow, everyone's like, this fucking blows. You're ruining everything.
And also, it's just, for me, it's an overall kind of vibe check in that, like, I'm not seeing much. Whenever I see a new headline about ChatGPT, nobody really cares anymore. It's like, oh, cool, they launched a new thing, I guess.
Well, they're also doing a thing where I feel like they announce it so early. And all the wind comes out of the sails because it literally just happened with Search GPT, or I don't know exactly what they're going to call it.
They're launching a Google competitor.
Right. Which honestly, when you when you look at it, it does seem like it could potentially be a much better search engine. But this is what they do every time. They announce it before it's even ready, and you go, "Oh, damn, that does seem cool." And you go to their website, and you're like, "Okay, fucking, where do I get it?" And they're like, "We're beta testing it right now."
Yeah.
And you're like, "Okay, what the fuck?"
Yeah.
And then it comes out like months later, and you're like, "Oh, it still kind of sucks." It's the same thing with, dude. Sora was that in February?
Yeah, the video thing.
And you still can't use it. I mean, they're testing it. I know some people who have access to it to test it, but it's just so they have a day of everyone go, "Wow, this fucking changes everything. I can't believe you have this tech." And then they go, "Well, we don't actually really."
Yeah, it's very, very, very limited in scope.
And so I feel like they're just like shooting themselves in the foot. They're like, we have a really cool product.
Who was that football player who shot himself in the dick or the leg?
Odell
Beckham Jr. No, it was Chonzo. He had a funny name.
Chad Ochocinco?
No, that's a cool name.
I mean, he changed it.
8'5", Ochocinco. Damn, that's a cool name. I don't remember, but he shot himself in the leg in a club. Just don't, Jesus.
Ben's here to say, don't do that.
Don't do that, dude. This episode is going to be titled "Don't Do That, Man." Come on, man. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
So yeah. Meanwhile, like you said, OpenAI is kind of fucked. You sent me that long. It was very long ass article, and Ed Zitron, yeah. He was pointing out that OpenAI is kind of fucked right now.
He's been kind of ringing this alarm for a while, and it's starting to look more and more like he might be right.
That they're set to run out of cash by the end of the year, and that they've only got a few options. Option number 1, reduce costs or the prices of offerings. But they've been unable to reduce costs, and reducing prices would only increase costs because their margins would dwindle. And he said that the only things that they can really do because of the nature of GPT's structure is to make it do more and do it faster, which wouldn't fundamentally change the product like it might need to be changed in order for it to actually...
Like being more accurate.
Yeah. Well, because that's another thing I think he points out is that as this continues, more and more future models are going to be trained on existing stuff that's been created by previous AIs. So it just kind of, it reaches this, it reaches like the infinity point on the horizon or something. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's I like always ask it to do little things. I'm like, tell me how to. Can you make me a flyer for Emil and Sarah's BBQ? And it's just like
at Sarah and Emil's house. Bring your appetite at your favorite side duke.
It's just
you should actually put that out. It's the thing.
It's just so ridiculous. And
Yeah.
so I don't know the way they tout this thing as an actual useful.
Yeah. And again, it's like it is useful. It just depends on who you ask and what they're using it for, like for coding and shit. But
And the funniest thing is, it's all full steam ahead. It's gonna be in all your shit. I hope when they introduce the Apple Intelligence on the iPhones and stuff that they just become unusable.
it already feels it. Not
I hope it just destroys all of our calendars and all of our. It's sending texts all fucked up.
Gang, we got to take one more quick break. We're talking MOOMOO. We love MOOMOO. I love MOOMOO. You know I'm using it every day in my trading. You know I'm pulling up the stock screener. You know I'm pulling up the options screener. You know I'm using all of their cool tools and features to not only scan for stocks that I'm unfamiliar with, but to brush up on the fundamentals for the stocks that I'm actively trading. I'm checking things like market cap, float, revenues, profit margins, institutional holders, you name it, MOOMOO's got it, and then some. They got things on there that you'd have to pay for elsewhere, and it's all free, all right? And guess what? Emil here is going to tell you that signing up is as easy as pie, and it's really kind of a no-brainer considering they got a nice little welcome bonus.
As we've been telling you, new users are greeted with a generous welcome bonus upon signing up. All right, we're adding an exciting boost to the trading experience right from the start. You have the opportunity to receive 3 amazing rewards, okay? The first one, the APY cash sweep. Enroll and activate to get 5.1% APY base rate plus 3% APY for 3 months. Are you kidding me? The next one, up to 15 free stocks. If you deposit $100 and you get 5 free stocks. If you deposit $1,000, you get an additional 10 free stocks. Lastly, it's the transfer in bonus, baby. Get 1.5% cash back on your initial transfer amount up to $300.
That's it, folks.
That's a no-brainer,
so
baby.
Follow that link in the description. Get yourself set up on MOOMOO and beat the crowds. Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah, because everybody needs text getting misinterpreted. Let's see. And so to wrap that up, we got FOMC, the Fed minutes coming out this week, which could put another weird twist on things because the GDP print last week was very strong. And inflation is approaching that 2% benchmark that Jerome Powell Butthole Mouth was hoping to hit. So it's looking like we're already there. So it might be the case that they drop interest rates. They pull them down just a little bit. What do you think? You think they're going to drop interest or cut interest rates?
No.
You don't think so?
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, that becomes that's where I think we're headed, is the market is going to start to drop pretty bad either into the end of the year or next year. And then that enables the Fed to react by lowering interest rates, which then helps buoy markets and stuff. It's just, man, it's just a never-ending, folks. Market go up, market go down, interest rate go up, go down.
There's one way to make it all end.
Oh, boy. All right, speaking of earnings and AI, you also had Tesla last week. They had their fucking stupid earnings, and let me just pull up a little bit from it. They said that they've got the building blocks in place for the next phase of the company, and that phase is to help create an age of abundance where there is no shortage of goods and services, and anyone can have pretty much anything they want.
It's
Yeah, I'm glad you reacted.
I mean, I was reading it, and it's just unbelievable that
Yeah,
they even talk this way.
I know.
It's just, they've just gone into full...
Optimus and robots now.
But I mean, this isn't even optimism. This is insanity.
No, Optimus.
Oh, Optimus.
Yeah, they say
I thought
Optimus.
you said optimist.
They're a humanoid robot. They say it's the most advanced in the world. It's already working in our factory, and we expect to have production on one early next year, which will produce Optimus for all of our factories by the end of next year. Production 2 will be for customers, likely in 2026. The long-term value of Optimus will exceed that of everything else Tesla does combined, because everyone in the world will want one, and that doesn't even include industrial use. It's just part of their main focus going forward, which is autonomy. They're making this is key. We're making great progress with full self-driving, and most don't know just how good it is. You should try it out. This will be a massive demand driver. You'll know more about full self-driving when we unveil Robotaxi. And so then there was this analyst who tried it out.
I'm so tired of this goofy bitch. It's like...
Oh, me too, dude.
Ugh. I just...
The simultaneous... Ugh. This analyst, William Stein, took their word for it. He took out full self-driving for a few test drives, and he said that they're not even close to solving autonomy, and he gave the stock a hold rating, where you just give it a big hug and you don't let go.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing. They have to tell us what we're seeing in front of our eyes is not actually happening.
Yeah.
Every time. It's also with the robots, that feels like such a enormous leap where I've not seen one interesting piece of footage where they're doing something with the robots, where I feel like Boston Dynamics or something like that is releasing a new video every week of like, look at this death machine we built. You want to see us sick it on a homeless person? We'll do it. We attached a gun to it.
And meanwhile, Optimus is like, someone's operating it with
Right.
like virtual reality, and you're seeing its stupid little hands do stuff.
They're like, they're building, like the last Boston Dynamics one was that one where they built scaffolding and they made it like scale it all. They're like, even if you run, you're fucked. We're going to kill you.
It can carry a box up this scaffolding and then do a backflip off
Right.
of it. Like, you'd be too impressed to even run away. It would just be like, all right, yeah, shoot me in the head. Just take my life. I'm ready.
If that thing's coming for me, I'm just going to submit.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And that's not to say, look, I'm rooting for them. I am. I want to live in the age of abundance. Don't you? Don't you want abundance?
I don't think it actually will be though. I think it'll be abundance for, even if they do what they want to do, it'll be abundance for Elon Musk and his sicko friends, and they'll be telling me to get a job, loser, while the robots do everything.
Which is really funny, because then they say, in the meantime, we are still an electric vehicle maker. Oh, yeah, I totally forgot about that. Even though that is just noise at this point. We've had a lot of other electric vehicle makers enter the market. They haven't done very well, but they are lowering their prices. So is Tesla.
Wait, he said the other electric vehicle makers aren't doing very well?
I guess, yeah.
That seems like a wild statement. I don't know if I wish we had it on hand. We're always like sending shit to each other, but there was that great chart we sent to each other where it was basically just how other companies have completely taken over the market, where Tesla had something like 90% of the electric vehicle market for so long, and it's just they've dipped below. I don't know. We're going to have to pull up the chart.
Well, then you got Elon's having some weird family issues. Grimes is his I guess, ex-wife. Were they even married?
I don't know. But yeah, it's pretty dark. He's just like a fucking sad loser. Apparently Grimes' mother had to go on Twitter just to get his attention. Sandy Garasino says, "Dear Elon, it was nice seeing you on Father's Day. I hope you got the card that I helped X make. He was so proud of it. I'm writing here as the only way I have to reach you. As you know, my 93-year-old mother is now at end-of-life palliative care.
Jeez.
She yearns to see and hold Claire's children one last time, especially the youngest whom she has not yet met. She was thrilled for the kids' planned visit to celebrate her birthday this weekend, today, but those hopes were crushed when the trip was canceled. I am alarmed to learn that the children cannot come as you are withholding them and their needed passport documents from Claire. It was even more troubling to see you and X on television at the Olympics in Paris yesterday after your DC trip earlier in the week. Where are the other children and with whom? They are scheduled to be with their mother. They were expected to be here in Canada. I write with a grandmother's plea asking you to honor your agreement, return the children, and provide the documents they need to see their great-grandmother before she passes. Some moments in life last forever. Please, Elon, I beg you. This is so painful for my mother and concerning for the kids. You know, it's the funniest part about all this. I'm sure you saw the conservative guy tweet like, "Listen up, brothers. I'm gonna need some love this week. I finally confessed to my Democrat wife that I'm actually a conservative, and she left me or whatever." Did you see that? And like everyone's
but that's great.
Everyone's replying in the comments like, "Hold strong, brother. I also had a bitch wife who didn't get it." And it's just, obviously become this cult of like divorced dads who don't understand why their wives and children don't want to talk to them anymore. But he's just become that guy, but he is the richest guy in the world.
Yeah.
So he's like, everyone around him is like, "Please stop, be reasonable." And he's just like, I'm dragging my child to Paris.
And it's also funny because he's one of the biggest peddlers of conspiracy theories about a global cabal of elites and stuff, when arguably he's the most elite guy there is. He's the wealthiest man in the world. You think he's not he's not, Jesus.
Well, I mean, that's obviously been the weirdest paradox throughout all of this, the like Trump and Elon thing, where somehow these two men have, these massive cult of personalities where they've convinced working class people that they somehow have their back and they're like fighting against power. It is the most bizarre.
Yeah. And then, so a few days ago, this is bad. This is substantial. This is scary to me because this now has, according to Twitter's numbers, 132 million views. And you know that there's people out there who believe that this is 100% real. It's entirely, I think it uses real footage, but it is AI.
The voice is AI.
Kamala's voice. Let's just play a clip of it.
I, Kamala Harris, am your Democrat candidate for president because Joe Biden finally exposed his senility at the debate. Thanks, Joe. I was selected because I am the ultimate diversity hire. I'm both a woman and a person of color. So if you criticize anything I say, you're both sexist and racist. I may not know the first thing about running the country, but remember, that's a good thing if you're a deep state puppet. I had 4 years under the tutelage of the ultimate deep state puppet, a wonderful mentor, Joe Biden. Joe taught me rule number 1, carefully hide your total incompetence. I take insignificant things and I discuss them as if they're significant. And I believe that exploring the significance of the insignificant is in itself significant.
What the fuck, man? I mean,
it is crazy. I mean, I feel like if he did this in, 2014, posted a video of calling, I guess she was maybe a senator at the time or attorney general or something, but calling a senator or vice president the ultimate diversity hire because she's a woman and a person of color, they would be like, "I'm sorry, Elon, you got to step down. This is so weird," and whatever. And just, we've come so far where it's just the most bizarre.
Well, that's their new kind of racist dog whistle that's just been plaguing Twitter for the last couple of years. Is it's gotten to the point where if anything goes wrong anywhere at any company or in the government, it's like, it was probably a diversity hire, aka it was like a stupid black person that they hired or black woman or something that they hired just to satisfy a quota of sorts, and that's why things keep falling apart and bad things keep happening. Is just due to, like, I don't know, white guilt or something, and it's just it's exhausting.
Which is very funny to vote for candidates that promise to dismantle public goods, and then when they do, be like, "It's because of black people."
Yeah, that's a good point. They want to like gut everything so that things function way worse than they should or ought to. And then if bad shit happens, it's like, well, I shouldn't have hired that black lady to like head up the EPA. Yeah, shit, we poisoned the Mississippi River. And it's not because we gutted the EPA. Right. It's because there was a black lady in charge of keeping it not poisoned. Oh, no, my one job to keep the Mississippi River not poisoned.
Defund the FAA, and then when planes start crashing, you're like, black pilots, anybody?
Yeah. Oh, God. Gang, we're taking one last quick little break to tell you about Rocket Money. You know, we all have these subscriptions that we forget about. Oh, boy, I know I sure do. So if you got any subscriptions you forgot about, maybe you paid twice for some and you didn't realize it. And
I mean, with all these streaming service, I mean, you can't even keep track. Did you accidentally sign up for Netflix a second time? Did you?
Yeah.
Are you somehow? I mean, I just canceled my Hulu Disney bundle because I didn't even know. I don't use that thing.
You know,
you think I'm watching Mandalorian?
No.
Thanks to Rocket Money, I now know I was paying for it.
Over 74% of people have subscriptions they forgot about. Emil sure did. You know, he was paying for that Mandalorian Plus. And,
I don't even
they were
watch
charging him
the dang
$60
thing.
a month. It was insane. But thanks to Rocket Money, my buddy here and me, we're no longer wasting money on the ones we forgot about. See, most Americans think they spend about $62 a month on subscriptions. But get this, the real number is closer to $300.
Ouch.
That's thousands of dollars a year, gang.
It adds up.
So what Rocket Money does, it's a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions. It monitors your spending and helps lower your bills so that you can grow your savings.
Now you can take full control over all your subscriptions. You can have a clear view of all your expenses. All right. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of, get this, $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all the app's features.
So stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/bays. That's rocketmoney.com/BAES. rocketmoney.com/bays. Okay, enough of that nonsense. Then if you had any doubts that GLP-1, the Ozempic shit, was absolutely crushing it, look no further than Dexcom. They make continuous glucose monitors. You know those where they just clamp them on? I don't know how you fucking live with that. You ever seen people with those things on? What, it's just got like needles in your skin all the time?
I think is it that thing where it's like on the back of someone's arm? Yeah. And it's almost like I've never known what it was exactly.
Continuous glucose monitoring.
Ah.
And I guess because of the rise of Ozempic and stuff, you know, people are getting cured of their diabetes, I suppose. And yeah, Dexcom dropped 35% on their earnings the other day because it's finally starting to show up. And boy, that GLP-1 stuff just increasingly looks like a miracle drug. Just does so much shit. It can help with you. It's like actual snake oil, except for it works.
I'm still skeptical. We'll see.
And then you had, oh boy, what a week. My God. God almighty. Trump was at the Bitcoin conference on Saturday.
This is my favorite. I love when he goes full dismissive and the mask kind of comes off and he's like, "Oh, you idiots."
Yeah.
Can we play the little clip of him talking to his little Bitcoin babies?
Elizabeth Warren and her goons, and she's very nasty to you. She hates your people. She hates everything about you. Will keep their hands off Bitcoin. They're going to keep their hands off crypto. They're going to let it grow. We're going to let it grow. On day one, I will fire Gary Gensler and appoint a new SEC chairman.
Gary Gensler is, I guess, famously pretty anti-crypto, or has been very vocal against it. Boy, those libertarian Bitcoin guys sure love that.
He really can just fucking riff.
I didn't know he was that unpopular.
Oh, yeah. He knows how to pause for applause, too. He really does. He knows how to let it.
Wow.
I didn't know he was that unpopular.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let me say it again. On day one, I will fire Gary Gensler.
Okay.
Wait, but I want the one where he's like, That's not even the one.
Oh, the one where he signs off. Yeah, no, I got that
Okay,
one. Well,
'cause that's the really funny
before
one.
I say that, he does say that he thinks that America should be the leader in Bitcoin and crypto and mining, and I believe he said that we should have like a strategic reserve. And it's just again hypocrisy to me because the whole.
I will say, just last week you were calling for why don't the Democrats step up? And
They should.
Why?
I'm not anti because
this
it'd
is
be
what-
so easy if you want to get some of their votes. Just be like, yeah, no, we're totally on board with Bitcoin too. Just say it.
It's not that easy to come out and be like, I'm gonna fucking fire Gary Gensler.
That's true.
You
Yeah,
cannot
that's a whole
beat that
different
crazy.
vibe.
I don't think that there is a big voting constituency of people being like, what are they gonna do about crypto?
Yeah, Bitcoin's my
like,
big thing.
You know, there's this Richie Torres authored this letter being like, you know, crypto is top of mind for voters in swing states and this whole thing. And it's like, everyone's going, what are you talking about? No one gives a shit.
Yeah.
No one fucking cares.
Maybe they do. Maybe these swing state people in Pennsylvania and Florida are like, but which one's going to protect my Bitcoins?
I just don't think so. Did you see the tweet about, well, it won't even make sense.
What?
Forget it.
Okay. All right. But yeah, it's really funny that these Bitcoin bulls, like Mike, the acid massage guy, big Bitcoin guy, was texting me this weekend, and he was saying, yeah, the government's going to have a strategic reserve, and they're going to buy a bunch of Bitcoin. And it's like, wasn't the whole spirit of this whole project to be like completely siloed and independent of any kind of government overreach or government, you name it? And now everybody's like, yeah, the government's going to buy some now because it's going to jack up our bags. And you were saying you'd love to get your bag jacked.
I like getting my bag jacked, but this has nothing to do with getting my bag jacked.
Yeah. All right. Well,
But if anything, he's saying, I'm getting rid of government regulators who are going to
Yeah.
touch your bags.
yeah.
And sure, we'll jack them.
So here's what he signed off
Thank
with.
you all. Have a good time with your Bitcoin and your crypto and everything else that you're playing with. Thank you all. Have a good time with your Bitcoin and your crypto and everything else that you're playing
Really
with.
beautiful. Have a
Have
good
a good time with your
Bitcoin
Bitcoin and your crypto and everything else that you're playing with.
Truly doesn't give a fuck.
he
really can just get up there and fucking riff. I mean,
yeah. I think he was up there for 90 minutes again.
Just Elizabeth Warren wants to take your shit. It's
she's a bitch. Like, why not just start calling him? Just say bitch, dude.
He plays the hits.
He wants to. He wants to. So what does he call her? Pocahontas?
Yeah, Pocahontas.
Does he still call her Pocahontas?
I think she's not really in the news that much, so
Yeah.
he doesn't really have a opportunity to.
Oh man. Well, geez, man.
Should we check in on Joe Biden real quick? Because this was killing me.
What?
This was
What
just
just
from late night dispatch from the White House pool. President Biden had an exchange with reporters as he was returning to the White House. Mr. President, how about your legacy for LGBTQ Americans? Well, I'm very proud of my position. I was the first guy to come out for gay marriage, the Obama administration. My dad was dropping me off to get a license to be a lifeguard in the city. We got out of the car in the center of the city, and when we get out of the car, two guys leaned in and kissed each other. I'd never seen that before. I looked at my dad and he said, Joey, it's simple. They love each other. It's simple. That's my position.
Okay. That's a yeah.
I say
that's
bring
a-
him back in the race.
Ugh.
I miss him already.
I miss him too. I just hope that he I hope he dies in peace. Huh. Okay. Yeah, no. I hope he dies in peace.
We hope everyone dies in peace.
I hope everybody dies in peace except for my enemies, and I hope it's just a little bit annoying.
I
Not
hope
even
they die
painful.
in piss.
No, jeez. Oh, jeez Louise. Wow. You also had Citron, Andrew Left, who I hate because he fucked up a stock that I was in years ago. He's getting charged by the SEC fraudulent conduct relating to 23 companies on at least 26 separate occasions. He apparently would brag to colleagues that
These are the short sellers.
yeah,
in
one of
case
them.
in case
Yeah.
you're wondering, they're putting together the reports, being like, "Get out of this company now. It's all a sham."
Yeah. And so what they do is they usually establish their position, and then they take to Twitter or they take to CNBC, usually both, to explain why, and they've got a research report and whatever. And after a while, they've become so renowned for either being correct or at least being able to move markets that kind of lends itself to a form of manipulation, I guess. And there was a quote that they had from him, or from what the SEC said in the complaint, that he would brag to colleagues that some of his statements were especially effective at inducing retail investors to trade based on his recommendations, and said that it was like, quote, taking candy from a baby. Ooh. What are you taking candy from a baby for anyway? Shouldn't a baby not even have candy?
Because candy's good.
Yeah, but like...
Just like money's good. What are you taking money from a retail investor for?
We need to come up with a new slogan.
Why?
There's got to be something easier than taking candy from a baby.
Also, babies famously have a strong grip.
That's true. They do have a pretty strong grip.
So...
And yeah, it's like, why would you brag about it being so easy? You're more bragging to me that you're evil. Oh, it's like taking candy from a baby. Like,
no, I don't think they care.
Whoa.
That's the whole point. All of these guys' like internal texts and emails are basically just gleefully reporting on themselves.
Took him a long time to get this guy, though. They accused him of engaging in a $20 million multi-year scheme to defraud followers by publishing false and misleading statements regarding his supposed stock trading recommendations. But I think that it's a little bit hypocritical because he's not doing anything necessarily different than what Jim Cramer or Josh Brown or any of the talking heads on CNBC do. They have people come on there and they talk their books. They say what they're shorting or what they're long. But I guess it's more the intent and the coordination, because they say that he coordinated with hedge funds to disseminate these short reports and information to be posted on Twitter. The timing, they coordinated with hedge funds and enabled the hedge funds to trade in the targeted stocks before the reports were disseminated. So...
Right, so they're getting in before they release the information.
Yeah, and they're saying that in exchange for sharing his planned announcements with the hedge funds in advance of posting them publicly, they would pay him a portion of their trading profits. That's a huge allegation to say that that he's coordinating with hedge funds and they're paying him for it. Like, that goes beyond what I was just saying.
We got to do financial fraud, man. That's where the real money is.
You know, I would if I could. I really would.
If you're out there and you can help us do financial fraud.
Yeah. Let us know.
Let us know.
Let us know.
We're discreet.
So discreet. I won't say shit.
Ben's got loose lips, I will say.
My lips are tight as hell, man. Look at these things.
Yeah, but as soon you're going to be singing like a canary.
Do canaries sing a lot?
As soon as the SEC gets you in a back room.
What do they do?
You're going to be telling them the whole thing.
Are they waterboarding me?
It was all Emil's idea.
Or are they threatening me?
I don't even think... You wouldn't even need to get waterboarded.
I think I could handle getting waterboarded. I would just hold my breath.
You would never be able to handle getting waterboarded.
You're probably right, but I think I could. What, are you going to waterboard me and see if find out?
Have you ever seen the videos of...
guys saying exactly what I'm saying?
Yes.
I could handle it.
And then they do it?
Because, correct me if I'm
wrong.
There
was conservative guys who...
Yeah.
Would basically be like, it's fine to waterboard Iraqis or whatever. And then people would be like, that's actually insane. You would never be able to handle it. And they're like, fine, do it. And they come in. It's instant. The water starts pouring. They're like, no. It's a horrible fucking thing.
Because all you're doing, not all you're doing, but they lay you down at a decline, right? And then they put a towel over your head so you can't see when the water's coming. And then they just start dunking it on your face, right? Isn't that it?
I also think your mouth is kind of covered with a towel or a cloth or something. So it simulates the feeling of drowning.
Right.
And their whole point is like they're actually not drowning, but it's like, but functionally they are.
Yeah, yeah. Man, whatever happened to good old, like, I don't know, electrocuting people?
You know what the sickest part about it is? That
torture?
Not like cool sick. Like,
oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like sick and depraved.
Sure.
Is that someone like thought that up. Someone was over at Langley being like, I think I figured out how to make it seem like you're drowning.
What, should we dunk their head in the toilet? No.
No, get me a cloth and an incline bench.
That's disrespectful to the toilet.
And then they were like, we got to start doing this to everybody.
Yeah.
This is going to be great.
It's going to work. It's going to work.
We're going to get so much information from these guys.
I think that wraps it up, man. We got some other stuff, but like I said, what a boy! This episode just flew by, huh? This flew by like the Olympic.
Oh wait, we gotta. I feel like maybe we should at least.
Oh yeah,
this guy up because it's just a fun little.
The Trump WTF.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and before, I mean, I'm sure.
Oh, and the guy on Fox who can't talk.
It has been a little funny. Usually I find these things annoying, but it is I find it very funny, the weird thing. Everyone calling conservatives weird. And,
now they're losing their minds.
And MAGA weird. And yeah, they really are losing their minds and kind of acting even weirder. I don't know if you saw the one lady who was like, calling people weird is actually feminine and systematic. And you're like, oh, dude, you're so weird. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
I saw someone try to make it, well, Democrats are weirder.
Right. And it's like,
Democrats
good
are weirder.
One.
Yeah. Good.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know how someone didn't think about this earlier but it's the only thing I really don't like is like Hillary Clinton tried to get in on it. And she's like, yeah, they are. And it's like, no, Hillary, this one's not for you. You are a sicko and we hate you.
You can do it, baby. I love you so much. And it's bad news. Bad things are happening. Mom, I'm sorry. Mom, I didn't do it. You can do it, baby. I love you so much.
What could the context even be?
And it's bad news.
And this
things are happening. Mom, I'm sorry.
I mean, he just gets up there and fucking cooks. I mean, there's It is a really special.
I do also like this guy, the guy who just can't talk. This is on Fox.
Yeah, where was Kamala tonight, Jesse? I didn't see her there in the Oval Office to receive the torch from the Biden and the Biden family passing the torch. She's nowhere to be seen, and wow, maybe it's because Joe Biden's really weak right now. She doesn't want to be seen anywhere near him. It's almost as if she's throwing him under a yellow school bus. Yeah, where was Kamala tonight?
Yeah, where was...
Godspeed.
I didn't see her there in the Oval Office.
I didn't see her there in the Oval Office.
To receive the torch from the Biden and the Biden family passing the torch. She's nowhere to be seen, and wow, maybe it's because Joe Biden's really weak right now. She doesn't want to be seen anywhere near him. It's almost as if she's throwing him under a yellow school bus.
It's almost as if he's throwing him under a yellow school bus. This guy's name is Charlie Spearing. Good for him. Look at that face. Folks, he just looks like a boy who made a wish to be a man and it was granted.
He's the author of Amateur Hour.
Yeah.
Make sure to get that.
Yeah.
Wherever
books are sold. Wherever books are wherever books are sold.
So if you like that kind of stuff, make sure to get that book.
That's one of those other isms where it's like, oh, you get it wherever books are sold. No shit, dipshit. Where else am I gonna get a book? Okay, same thing with like wherever you get your podcasts. We know by now. We know. You don't need to caveat it with that.
I will say, number one, there's so many podcast platforms, so it's like you're saying, like we're on all of them. They are not all. There are exclusive podcasts.
Okay.
Spotify did buy like the two most popular podcasts, Joe Rogan and Call Her Daddy.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna say get it on Spotify.
Mm.
Amazon has exclusives. Apple has exclusives like Time Crisis 2020.
All right. Well, I sit corrected.
This podcast is exclusive to Ask Jeeves, right?
Yes, we are an Ask Jeeves exclusive.
If you're watching it right now, that means you're illegally streaming it. Get your ass over to Ask Jeeves.
The Ben and Emil Show, streaming exclusively on Ask Jeeves and Ask Jeeves original. Fuck. Okay.
Ask Jeeves original.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Love you very much. See you next week.